In this video, we're going to look at adding a new register. Now, to add a new register in CASA, you have to have an enterprise account, and the person adding the register needs to have the company admin role assigned to them. So with that in mind, we click on Settings, and then we see the Settings dashboard, and there's Register Management. Click on that, and as you can see, I've got a total of 6 registers. The Register List tab is shown by default, and that sits alongside Menu Structure, Register Forms, Register Fields, and Form Data. And underneath the tab, we have 2 buttons. We have the Active Register List, which is selected by default because it's showing the registers as you can see below. And then we have the button for the Inactive Register List. I'll click on that, but I don't have any inactive registers at the moment because they're all marked as active. If any are, or any do become inactive, then of course they will show here. So I'll go back to my active list, and there we can see that we have our 6 current registers. Now we have the ID, the title, description, location, form name, etc. This is what you need for when you actually add a new register. Now you can do this on the fly, but we would thoroughly recommend that you actually plan your registers because these details are what you're going to need. Now we've got a planning form, which you can download in Microsoft Word, and this is essentially what it is. We have the form details, or the register details, I should say, and then we have the form information. Here's just a little table view of what my form is with the header row, but the fields are actually written here as well. And let me just walk you through what I've got. Okay, register details. I have my ID, my title, description, and parent location. If I flick back, I have ID, title, description, location, and then there's form name here as well. So as you can see, what we would recommend that you do is you would put the information in here first before going to create your register, because it just makes it easier and it's more organized. We use a naming convention in CASA. For example, here, Reg stands for register. AST stands for asset management. So I go back to my register list, and as you can see, I have Reg AST 001, I have Reg AST 002, so the next one logically is going to be 003, so give that some thought. Then of course it asks for my form name and my form ID, which I will need later on in the process. So there we go, it's a form, it's again asset management, and it's also under serviced assets, SA, and the form ID is going to be 01. The register is 03, but the form itself is 01. Then there's the name, and here are the form fields. And when we come down to description, it's always a good idea to make a note of what kind of fields that you're using. So the description field is a text field, so text underscore. Serial number, it's a number field, so number underscore. Dates, DT for date underscore. And again, back to mechanic, we have a text field. And that's what you need to do for each of your registers and your forms, okay? Plan them ahead, and it'll be much easier when you actually come to create them. So now we'll go back to our register list, and we're ready to add our new register. So I click on the Add New Register button, and then the Create New Register form will display. It's a 4-step form, or it's currently a 4-step form. Step 1 is basic information. Step 2 is select form. Select 3 is cycle notification settings. Step 4 is user notification settings. There might be, or by the time you come into the app, there might be 5 steps here. Select form and select fields might be separated into 2 and 3. So cycle notification becomes 4, user notification becomes 5. But that depends whether or not we can get the update out there prior to that happening. And then as you can see in basic information, we have these fields: unique ID, title, parent, description. So for the register, flicking back to our Word document, we have Reg AST 003 for our unique ID. For the title, we have plant and equipment. For the parent, asset management serviced assets, asset management serviced assets. And then for the description, default CASA register for plant and equipment. And again, this register will be active. So next we're going to click on Save and Continue, but I'll continue that in the next video.